Today on Mystifyles, we will be discussing an interesting alien theory, or for some, it's not just a theory, but reality. Hypnosis, remembering past lives, channeling aliens, and one person was able to convince people that extraterrestrials existed without any tangible evidence. Not only she was able to channel ETs, but also the Essene teacher of Jesus Christ and Nostradamus himself. She was able to explain the reality behind alien abduction and life beyond our planet, relating reincarnation to alien travel, and humanity as the extraterrestrials' descendants. Are those really aliens she brought to life, or demons from a religious perspective? Well, let's dive deeper into the realm I would like to call alien hypnosis. Before I start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's dive deep into the rabbit hole. Welcome to Mystifyles, a place where we approach to solve the mysteries of life. Our mystery's main character today is a lady by the name of Dolores Cannon. In 1968, Dolores Cannon, whom she was a hypnotherapist, along with her husband Johnny Cannon, who was a naval man, discovered that not only could a subject be taken back to the beginning of their present life during hypnosis, but also they could be regressed beyond their most recent birth to relive multiple past lives. Dolores Cannon developed and perfected her unique method of hypnosis, whom she called Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique, or QHHT, over several decades and thousands of hypnosis sessions. QHHT achieves deepest level of hypnosis possible, the somnambulistic level of trance. The somnambulistic state is ordinarily experienced 2 times a day, just before becoming awake and just before falling asleep. Most hypnotists do not work in the somnambulistic level, either because they don't have the ability to access this level of trance, or they're weary of working in the most mysterious level of hypnosis, which can produce unexpected results, such as reliving a past life. Dolores' term, the subconscious, is that greater part of ourselves that is always connected to the source or God and has unlimited knowledge and unlimited ability to heal the physical body. Dolores' past life regression hypnosis first started when she was healing a woman with eating disorder. Midway through the session, the woman unexpectedly began describing scenes from a past life where she was a flapper living in Chicago in the roaring 1920s. Dolores and Johnny watched as the woman literally transformed into a different personality with a different vocal patterns and body mannerisms. As in religious terms, it sounded more like demon possession, especially when her sound pattern changed. But let's continue. Dolores was introduced to the area of UFO and ET investigation in 1985 when she attended her first annual meeting for MUFON, which stands for Mutual UFO Network, which is an investigative UFO organization. There, she was asked to perform a past life regression hypnosis on a lady that had abduction experience, and that led her to many answers where she changed her approach to start channeling ETs into human bodies, and they started telling her details about the ET life on Earth and outer space. I know this is getting a little bit creepy, but wait until you find what actually Dolores discovered. The ETs, talking through many of her patients, started telling her that they were the ones that seeded humans on Earth, and they are watching over us to learn more about us. And that is where the term starseeds comes from. They called themselves the Watchers or the Council. They signed a galactic treaty that they will not interfere in what humans do on Earth. Rather, they will just watch us and analyze. Yes, I know this sounds more like a Star Trek show, but believe me, it will get even more interesting. The ETs also added that the human soul is actually ET spirit that comes from other planet and reincarnates on Earth with new ideas and technologies to help humanity thrive. This means all humans are ET experiences from different constellations. And that's how they explain their multidimensional travel to Earth. But something doesn't make sense to me here. As long as they said they don't interfere, why they are reincarnating on Earth to assist us? Something doesn't quite match, but let's just continue. They told her that they are not bad as humans think, unlike they are the good ones and they don't have to take over the world as it's already theirs. They added that the gray aliens are in actuality robots they invented to watch over humans, and they are also not evil as many think. Furthermore, they also sent someone from the sky that they call Culture Bringer, an extraterrestrial that is tasked to teach humans certain culture or religion. So according to Dolores, all prophets and great religious figures who change the course of humanity's culture are extraterrestrials. In other channelings, she was told that some extraterrestrial souls reincarnate on Earth for the first time, mainly in the World War II period, and those are the people that feel disconnected from Earth or part of a different world. It's not a coincidence that the first public UFO sighting happened 2 years right after the World War II, as we discussed in episode 2. And it's not a coincidence that the UFO was built by humans during that period. I would recommend you to watch episode 2 of Mystifyles for some more details on this subject. So Dolores is trying to mix her ET story with the UFO sightings to make it feel like the story match, but I will leave the answer for you in the comment box. This raised a lot of questions. For all this time, humans were on Earth. Why did ETs start reincarnating just at the period of the World War II? Why they did not reincarnate before? Or is it just a World War II alien propaganda that humans got used to during period of wars? Before I go any further, if you do like my content, confirm by hitting the like and share button. And if you have any question or insight on the topic, please leave me a message in the comment box. And by the way, if you're interested in spiritual and esoteric poetry, my book Spirits Hanged will be a great one for you. It's my newest book and it will be available on Amazon Kindle. Back to our discussion, where we reached a very interesting point. The ETs told Dolores that people with autism or similar cases are ET souls reincarnating for the first time on Earth due to their unique and special behavior and disconnectedness from Earth. But also, if you go back in history, the first autism cases were reported in 1943 by American child psychiatrist Leo Kanner, who published a paper describing 11 children who were highly intelligent but displayed a powerful desire for aloneness and obsessive insistence on persistent sameness. He later names their condition early infantile autism. But we can't just relate the rise of autism cases to ETs, as we also need to consider the type of vaccines that humans were given during that period, which resulted in such cases. Was Dolores trying to cover up the vaccine being cause of autism by changing the mass consciousness to believe it was aliens? It does sound like things are connecting, especially the fact that her husband was a military personnel. Dolores learned that some people have had experiences with ETs from early childhood, and that often multi-generational relationships exist between Earth family lineages and ET races. The little grays have, in fact, been created as a type of biological robot by another race far more advanced than humanity. This explains why so many people report the little grays to be extremely cold, almost removed of any emotional expression. The races that created them are the much taller grays with very slim torsos, skinny limbs, and large black eyes. Now, keep in mind that all her information is based on past life regression hypnosis. So literally, she has no tangible proof of aliens, rather just words coming out from hypnotized patients. This impresses me by the fact she was able to convince people to believe her. Throughout her adventure into ET and UFO exploration, Dolores came into contact with numerous ET entities that come through her subjects to deliver information and understanding. She learned that almost all so-called abduction cases are actually mutual agreements made prior to incarnating for the purpose of helping one another. Just as we experience amnesia about who we are and where we are from prior to incarnating on Earth. She claimed not only to channel ETs through her sessions on humans, but also famous historical figures like Nostradamus. Midway through the hypnosis session, a woman she was hypnotizing had a sudden change in personality, and Nostradamus himself began speaking through her directly to Dolores. He told her that he wanted her to write a book, which turned out to be 3 books to provide humanity with greater understanding and clarification of the true meanings of his prophecies. Dolores also delved into religious beliefs and explored the personality of Jesus Christ, whom she wrote a book about called Jesus and the Essenes in 1992, which describes the life of a young man who was an Essene teacher of Jesus. So she claims that Jesus was like any other man and was not a god, as the Christians believe. Rather, he acquired his divinity from mystical studies brought from the Essenes. And for those of you who do not know the Essenes, they are a mystic Jewish sect during the Second Temple period that flourished from the 2nd century BCE to the 1st century CE. They were known for their healing techniques and their long, solitary contemplation periods in the desert. Of course, most of Dolores' information coming from ETs was published in form of books written by herself, whom I personally have read 2 of them. The first was The 3 Ways Volunteers, and the second was The Custodians, covering similar topics that we discussed today. That being said, clear as light, we analyzed the mysterious ideas that Dolores was trying to convince people about, but we all want to know if what she did is authentic alien channeling, or in more religious terms, demon possessions. Many of her past clients came out and expressed that what she is actually doing is not alien channeling, but invoking multidimensional demons onto Earth. So if one of her followers get the chance to listen to this episode, please leave us in the comment box some answers on questions we have raised today. Now, out of what we discussed, the way her clients acted in channeling are very similar to demon possessions, especially the fact that they change their personality and tonality, as this has been reported since ancient times as being sinister demon possession. Many exorcism movies were made on that topic, unless she's trying to convince people that those possessions are aliens, which negate the idea that aliens are good ones. In Islamic teachings, it's taught that demons can possess humans in many ways, and they are smokeless fire creatures that operate on electromagnetic field. How can Dolores be sure that what she was channeling are aliens, and not merely deceptive demons trying to deceive her and the masses? Also, the rise of her stories came after World War II, which was when the first UFO sighting was witnessed. And as I discussed in episode 2, it was just a man-made hoax. But from what I see, she was trying to impose the alien ideology to be part of covering military interference in those sightings, especially the fact that her husband was a naval person whom she always assisted in his military work. I'm not against Dolores as a hypnotherapist, don't get me wrong. However, I'm against her turning her hypnotherapy into alien theories and trying to bring attention to sell her craft. And be aware that some of her students are offering her hypnotherapy sessions for hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands, which I believe is a big red flag that we need to be careful of. If truly aliens wanted us to heal each other, I'm sure they won't ask us to heal one another for $1. As the biggest success of humanity that we can reach is healing one another without anything in return. And that is what I believe those advanced aliens, if existed, would preach fellow humans. At the end, I will leave the answer for you in the comment box. Let me know what you think. And stay tuned for episode 4, where aliens not only take human form, but also a shape-shifting reptilian one, whom their aim is to be the rulers on Earth, unlike what Dolores claims. And the symphony of God continues in an approach to solve the mysteries of life. Stay tuned for more in episode 4 of Mystifyles. Before I go, I want to give special thanks for those who reach this part of the episode. And if you really like my content, you can either support me by simply clicking the like and share button, or by buying one of my books, which I will leave their links in the description box, or finally by donating on my Patreon or PayPal. Thank you so much.